Hello, everybody. Welcome into the program here at Fayetteville Public Utilities. We're in the FPU studio with our CEO, General Manager Britt Dye. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, Don.
Florida's getting ready for a hurricane, and I guess we got some guys getting ready to maybe go help out.
Yeah, we hope so, that we're able to help and be leaving in the morning first thing and be staging somewhere around the South Carolina area.
Hurricane Idalia is looks like it's going to be a big storm, and it's going to hit, I guess, the kind of the curve of Florida, the way they're predicting now. And so right now in our situation, we're trying to get out ahead of it, I guess.
Yeah, we are, and they're expecting it to be pretty tough. And I remember the times that, when my daughter was going to school down there in Gainesville, I think that she had either 5 or 7 hurricanes during the time that she was down there during the 4 years that came up through that part of the area. So we know how bad they can be from her stories that she had spent with them.
FPU has went to numerous places throughout your career here over the years. We've been through some big storms, but being able to help out makes our guys feel good, makes you feel good to be able to do that kind of thing. But you never know what you're going to get. I think last year we sent some stuff out and sent some guys out, and lo and behold, the storm didn't hit as bad.
That's right. There was one time we turned around overnight, I think, and came back, and then there's times, they go out and they spend 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it has been as long as swapping crews in and out, because it gets so bad. But they're expecting this storm to get pretty tough, and, we got some crews ready to go. And like I said, they'll be leaving first thing in the morning. Glad that we're able to help because, it might be a time that we need help, and, we'll have enough response to come help us.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and talk about the fiber build. That's going to affect a lot of customers over on the east side of the county.
That's correct. Now, right now on the new build on the northeast part of the county, we've installed a little over 200 miles of fiber. We're still installing fiber, and I hope maybe next couple of 3 months it will be where we start lighting up some of the fiber, and maybe get some services hooked up and see how that's going to work and be some test customers and those kinds of things.
A lot of folks may have seen some contractors out there working. They'll have out-of-town tags, and you can tell they're from not around here, I guess. And then for identifying purposes, they'll have an FB logo on one of the trucks for sure. And also they'll have IDs if they're in your yard. So most of them do. We've took care of that. So, but if you have any concerns or questions, you can call us, and we can always let it verify.
Yes, we want you to call if you got any questions or concerns about folks that's out there working around your house or anything like that. And please let us know so we can check it out and make sure that they are working as contractors for FPU.
I know you've been working hard over the last years, trying to get more internet to our community. It's very important, especially as our students are back in school, and internet is not just a toy anymore. It's a tool that we all got to pretty much have.
That's right. The internet has really improved the quality of life, and everybody depends on it these days. And, every time you turn around, you got new technologies that keep coming out, and that's what we got to be prepared for.
A lot of people are asking about the availability. Are they going to get it and that kind of thing? And it's kind of hard to tell. You could call in and we could try to tell you, but right now it's just it's kind of hit or miss who's getting it and who's not getting it.
Well, it's not that simple. The areas that we applied for on the grant, we had to be sure there wasn't any competitors in the area or anybody else that serves that area, because it's like I mentioned before, if there is other providers, we cannot build in that area that's on grant funds. So that's what we had to be very sensitive about, I guess you can say, to be sure we don't do that. And I hope the customers can understand that. We know that we provide a good service, and there's a lot of customers that wants FPU service, but we can't get it to them because of other providers there. If you got your Verizons or your MediaComs or your Spectrums and that kind of stuff.
Right. One other thing is I've seen some articles about the last mile grant coming down the pike. I guess you're vying for that somehow, some way.
We are going to be applying. We got a meeting actually here in the next couple of weeks with the state that we will be working on for the middle mile and the last mile to see how those customers are going to get that service.
What does that mean, middle and last mile? I don't know.
It means where it stops it could stop a house before it gets to you, then it might end on the other side 3 houses before it gets to you. So that's what the areas are that we'd be working on.
So if we get this grant, then we may have pretty much the whole county at that point.
I like to have the whole county.
Before you retire, for sure. That'd be a feather in your hat for sure, because there's a lot of people been needing it ever since we've been in the internet business. People say, when am I going to get it? When am I going to get it? Well, it's coming now.
Well, that's what everybody's going to be depending on is broadband.
That's right. All right. Well, we have it's coming up fall. I know you did say I think on our last show that August would be hot, third week of August. You was right on money on that. But we are going to look at some cooler temperatures coming down the pike here in a little bit, and we're getting ready for free fall light up, which is for September the 11th through October the 31st. And people should have got that in their bill yesterday. Whenever you got your bill, this will have that information in there about the free fall light up, and we make those appointments during the regular work days. If it's after hours, it costs money.
That is correct.
All right, and the free fall light up period again is September the 11th through October 31st. And if you wait after that time, it's going to be $30 during the business day and $50 during the weekend. So anyway, that's something that we've been doing for a long time, and it helps out a lot of folks try to get ahead there on their cold snap, which sometimes sneaks up on us. Speaking of gas, there's a company in town called Servview Fuel Companies. I believe that's Servview Fuel Companies. Services they're going to be checking for leaks. I guess this is something you hear of. You have to keep a close eye on any kind of leaks, and some leaks, even small, these people can find.
That's correct. It just gets us ready to prepare. It's preventive maintenance, and, we do it all the time to make sure that we get everything taken care of the best we can. But it is a group that comes in, like with a GPS system, and locates it, and then we run it down and go fix it.
Yeah, it's just like a regular car. They have some pretty sophisticated equipment to check these leaks these days, and so if you see somebody out doing that, again, you can call in. We'll verify if you need us to verify, but more than likely that's what it is if it's got Servview on the logo on the vehicle. Well, Britt, here's big news. This is kind of new news as well. The TVA has approved a 4.5% rate increase to build additional electricity generating capacity. I know you've been dealing with this for the last week, and this is something that we're going to do our best to get out to the public and let people know this is coming down.
That we are, and TVA just passed this past week, and it goes into effect October 1. And also the pandemic relief credit that FPU's given back to the customers for the last 3 years, it goes away too. So they did not approve to pass it along again this time. So it's going to be a pretty good hit to our customers. It's just going to be a pass-through from us. We are not adding additional rate on top of TVA's rate increase at this time, but it's going to be tough. We just have to work with folks on how to pay the bill, what it's going to take, and those kinds of things. And, we're doing a lot of energy right programs to help conserve and, help you out as a customer to lower your bills and those kinds of things.
Yeah, we have a lot of social media posts on that, and you can look at it on our website as well. Project Help is available to assist people as well, October through March period for Project Help. Good Samaritan Association of Lincoln County, their number is 433-0260, or in person at the Ralph Hastings Building. They're at 208 Davison Street West. And the Good Samaritan is open Monday through Wednesday from 9 until noon. We found out that yesterday, making sure we've got their hours, and so people might can go by there. Also, we have the LIHEAP program. We've talked about that a lot over the years. It's available through qualifying individuals over at South Central Human Resources, I believe, is where that's at. And that begins October 1st. So to learn more about LIHEAP, you can contact SCHRA at 433-7182. Well, Britt, summer's not over yet, as we talked about cold snaps coming. We got a lot of heat coming down the pike, and I know that there again, we talked about the social media post and the website about Energy Right, but it also brings on high bills.
It's going to bring on high bills. The next billing, I'm assuming that when you get your bill, you'll see some of these increases on your bills based on how you had your thermostat set and whatever other kind of steps you took to conserve. But, a few days this past week, we ran 101 megawatts one day, 102.9 one day, then a little over 103 one day. So we know that we sold a lot of electricity, and we also know that there's going to be a lot of customers with high bills.
Absolutely.
But, if you got questions or concerns, please call us, and let's see what we can do to help get it taken care of.
Absolutely. Well, the TVA STEM grant, public and private schools, K through 12 educators can get up to almost $5,000 to develop science and technology and engineering and math projects in the classroom. We helped out that program a couple of months ago.
We did, and we're already offering it again as we speak, and we hope that the schools participate and go over some of that grant funds.
Yep, you can apply at tsin.org. The deadline is September the 15th, so you can work on that. Something big going on here is the ribeye sandwich sale. Well, a lot of people love these sandwiches. One of the good things is just lately from the ribeye sandwich sale and from our fundraisers, we had the opportunity to give $5,000 to the Fabulous 50s Foundation.
That we did, and we got a couple of more. I think we're going to make some donations too, and here in the next couple of months, I hope, and which has got the sale coming up again, like you mentioned, in September, to sell a lot of sandwiches. What money we take in, we try to get back out to the community for charities and those kinds of things.
Makes you feel good when you're able to give that money that we work hard to raise money. The ribeye sandwich sale is coming up on September the 12th from 11 o'clock until 12:30 here at FPU. Tickets are $7 and must be purchased in advance because usually we sell out, Britt.
That we do. They're on sale right now, and we have a lot of good in-house competition between some of the employees.
That's right.
So if anybody needs a ticket, give me a call.
That's right.
I'll be glad to see you some.
433-1522. They'll be glad to hook you up there. And also, the last day to buy is September the 6th. Usually there again, we're back to that point of where we usually sell them out by then. So make sure you call as soon as you can to get that. Delivery is also available. I mean, you do some deliveries for folks that works in factories. Hard to get out in 30 minutes. We'll deliver any orders of 10 or more. And we benefit all kind of charities like Hands of Mercy and Fabulous 50s Foundation and more. So makes you feel good to do what we do, and I hope everybody gets out and gets a sandwich.
Absolutely. We love it, when we take in, and the community's been very, very supportive of our ribeye sandwich sale, and like I said earlier, it's good to give back to the community of what you take in.
Well, me and you always meet for this program the last week of the month, and Friday is going to be the opening day of dove season. As fun as that is and as traditional as that is, that does cause us some problems.
Well, it causes a lot of problems when we got fiber that crosses the fields where people are dove hunting, and, flying by and shooting's one thing, but if a bird's sitting on a fiber or a power line, you're not supposed to shoot them sitting there, and even though you can still damage with them flying through, but, it causes a lot of damage. It's a lot of increase in cost, to the landowner that leases out that property and those kinds of things to dove hunting in. So please don't cause them a problem, and we really appreciate it if you didn't cause us a problem.
That's right, because it's a holiday weekend, and we don't want our guys out having to do that. But, it also interrupts service for a whole lot of people, and we've seen that even this year. I think they've mentioned that they've already found some. So TWRA says that hunters, you're responsible for where you shoot and what you shoot. So, and so just be careful. Be careful not to shoot each other, and definitely don't shoot the power lines for sure. Mm. All right, Britt, we deal with scams all the time. Seems like there's a new scam every day, so there's no need of really focusing on one. But if it's too good to be true, it's just probably not true. That's the problem. We get a lot of people calling, asking our customers about certain things, and that's just not something we would do.
No, and, anytime that we ever get a call from a customer and they're concerned about something, we try to check it out, and then we'll try to go through the chamber, do a blast about a scam or something like that. So, plus, we all get it on social media that this is going on, don't believe it. But if you ever got questions, call in and ask us about it.
Most of our new scams we try to put on the top of our website. So if you want to check and see what's true and what's not true, but be aware if somebody calls you from a non-FPU number. If a call's made outside of FPU business hours, those are some signs right off the bat. If the caller demands immediate reaction, that's not something we would do. The caller requests payment, some kind of a gift card or things like that, or giving something away, just hang up the phone. That's the best thing to do. If you receive a text or an email claiming that you won a prize from FPU, that's one. Somebody said we was giving away iPads. Well, I said that we're not giving away iPads. So there's all kind of things out there, and just call us if you got any questions. 433-1522. So we're doing our best to try to notify the public of what's going on. Like I say, this weekend we've got Labor Day coming up, so we'll be off Monday. But when we say off, we'll have people here to be ready in case there's a pop-up storm or something.
That's right. We got dispatching, 24/7, and we also have crews on call ready to respond. And something happens, just call in, make us aware. Some things we already see because we're out of the management system at the time, so just don't hesitate to call.
One thing that you're doing, I was going to back up just a little bit, you're doing a lot of infrastructure maintenance. You actually have some of the tree trimmers working on Saturday, so that might throw somebody off to see our guys out. So they've been doing that for a while.
Right. Now, they won't be working the holiday weekend
right.
Saturday, but we have been working on Saturdays in certain areas where we've been having lots of trouble. Some of the strong winds we've been having and lots of rain in certain areas, it's making the trees weak. And we're trying to get a lot of that cleaned up the best that we can. We had a case of trouble last night with the top of a tree that broke out over here close to Brookmead here in town, and took that line out for about 35 to 40 minutes. And we finally got it back restored. But trees are a problem. Foliage, especially when it gets wet, it causes more problems. And we're just trying to catch up a little bit and get ahead. But we got to have a very aggressive tree trimming program. And the customers are working with us right now in the areas that we are trimming. And we're getting a pretty good right-of-way cut out.
That's good. That's good. And getting ahead of that game is a tough thing. As fast as trees grow, it's just unbelievable. But again, our dispatchers and crews are available 24/7 throughout the weekend. Social media is not monitored 24 hours a day. So sometimes people go on social media and report an outage. We try to monitor that the best we can, but sometimes we wouldn't even know for sure exactly where. But you can always look on Smart Hub. We have outage management, as he mentioned, a map. You can actually look, and you also can just call in. We always want you to let us know what you got, and we'll work on it as quick as we can. That's one thing that we've always been known for, is to get out and get the power back on as quick as we can.
That's correct.
And we want to reiterate what we opened up the program with about Adalia. That's something we'll be monitoring. I'm sure you'll be looking at throughout the weekend, and if we send people over there, you'll keep an eye on those guys, and that'll keep you busy through the weekend. We hope and pray that nobody gets hurt, but we're going to roll down that way and try to help them out if we can.
The best that we can.
Absolutely. Anything else before we go?
Just be safe for the holiday weekend. I don't know what the temperature is actually going to be. I think it's going to be a little cooler than what it has been the last few weeks, but it has been hot. Again, I know that we're going to have some high bills, and feel free to call in and see if we can work with you, how we can work with you to help get them taken care of.
Appreciate that. CEO, General Manager Britt Dye has been our guest today. And again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to give us a call at 433-1522. We'll see you back in here next month for another edition of the CEO Update.